This man works as a manager at a large company.
Or I'm gonna find another finance.
On the outside, he looks like a successful family man, but in secret, he starts to cheat. Every day, he sneaks around with a new team member, a young woman who was recently hired as his secretary. He hides everything from his wife, believing no one will ever find out what he is doing. For a while, he lives in this secret world, but eventually guilt begins to eat at him. Finally, he regrets his actions. He returns home and decides to confess to his wife, telling her about the affair and promising that he will never repeat his mistake. But when his wife hears this shocking confession, her reaction is nothing he could have imagined. Instead of simply forgiving him, she lays out two chilling options. The first option is for him to go to the girl he cheated with, kill her, and bring back her body as proof. The second option is that she will divorce him, take all his money, and leave him with nothing, turning him into a homeless man. The poor husband is completely stunned by this. He never thought his wife would react this way. He is confused, shocked, and terrified. He doesn't know what to do, but he knows he has to choose. Welcome back to Movie Now. I don't have many subscribers, but your single comment is a ray of hope to motivate me.
Answer me!
The movie begins by showing us Mona, a beautiful but extremely strict woman. Mona has a sharp personality, and she is known to get angry quickly. She lives with her husband Don and their two children. At first glance, they seem like the perfect family. Don is hardworking and kind. The family is wealthy, so they never worry about money. Their children enjoy a luxurious lifestyle, and their neighbors admire them as role models, believing Mona and Don are raising their kids the right way. Don works as a manager at a big company. Mona also takes part in managing parts of the business, because the company actually belongs to them, they are the owners. Their life looks ideal from the outside, but deep inside, everything is about to fall apart. One morning, Don goes to work as usual. While he is busy with office tasks, someone new enters his office. Her name is Dusty, a young woman applying for an assistant position. From the moment Don lays eyes on her, he is captivated. Dusty is attractive and knows how to draw attention. She has a charm that makes everyone in the company notice her. Very quickly, Don hires her as his personal assistant. From that day on, the affair begins. Don starts cheating with Dusty, spending more and more time at the office and less time at home with Mona. He enjoys the excitement of being with Dusty, while Mona remains strict at home, completely unaware of what her husband is hiding. Mona is a woman who lives by rules. She enforces strict discipline on her children, even slapping them when they make mistakes, and they live in fear of her anger. Don, however, is caught up in his double life, enjoying the thrill with Dusty. But soon, Dusty drops a bombshell that shakes Don's world. One day, she enters his office and tells him something shocking: she is pregnant. Don is frozen in disbelief. He panics and tells her he cannot raise the child, explaining that he has a family and a wife. He urges her to have an abortion and never come back to his office again. To push her away, he even gives her $40,000 in cash, hoping this will make her disappear. Heartbroken but not defeated, Dusty takes the money and goes straight to her boyfriend, a gangster named Murphy. The movie reveals that Murphy was actually the one who encouraged Dusty to get close to Don. Murphy is a manipulative criminal who uses women like Dusty to target wealthy men. This is his business, his way of making money, blackmailing and controlling men through affairs. Dusty wasn't innocent at all. She and Murphy had planned everything. Their target was Don, the rich company owner. Don, however, has no idea about Murphy's involvement. To him, Dusty looks like a young woman in trouble, someone who seems harmless. But the trap has already been set. The very next day, Dusty calls Don again, this time demanding $50,000. She warns him that if he doesn't pay, she will go straight to Mona and tell her everything. Don is terrified. Dusty even admits she is working with dangerous people and that refusing her could put him in danger. Overwhelmed and desperate, Don fears not only for his own life but also for his family. He decides to do something he has avoided all along. He tells Mona the truth. That night, Don sits down with his wife and confesses everything. He admits the affair, the pregnancy, and the blackmail. He begs for her forgiveness and promises he will do anything to make it right. But Mona's reaction is far more terrifying than Dusty's threats. She explodes with fury, insulting Don for his weakness and betrayal. She tells him she doesn't want to live with him anymore and threatens divorce. Don falls to his knees, pleading that it was a mistake, that it will never happen again. He swears he will do whatever it takes to keep the family together. Mona then makes her demand. If Don truly wants her forgiveness, if he wants to keep his family and their life, he must prove it by doing one terrible thing. He must kill Dusty and bring her body to Mona. If he refuses, Mona will take the company, the money, and everything he owns, leaving him with nothing. Don is horrified. He cannot believe what he is hearing. But Mona is serious. She gives him no other choice. She is a woman who demands control, and in her eyes, This is the only way to erase his mistake. Don realizes he is trapped between two impossible choices: commit murder or lose everything. Hearing this, Don is completely shocked. He never imagined his wife would push him into such a terrifying choice. He doesn't want to lose everything he owns, and he doesn't want to end up on the streets with nothing. His heart is pounding, his mind spinning, and in the end, he finally agrees to Mona's first choice. He chooses to get rid of Dusty. The very next day, the movie shows us Don nervously calling Dusty to his office. When she arrives, he pretends everything is normal. He carefully prepares a drink for her, but secretly he has added poison into the glass. With shaky hands and fake smiles, Don hands the drink to Dusty. Unaware of what is happening, Dusty drinks it. Within moments, her life slips away. Don is horrified at what he has done, but before he can process it, Mona steps in. Together, the couple drags Dusty's lifeless body to their car. They drive home, carrying the weight of their crime with them. Once inside their house, Mona acts calm, almost cold, as if this is just another task on her list. She puts on gloves and prepares to hide the evidence. She drags the body into a private room where the children cannot enter. Don watches in shock as his strict, controlling wife reveals a side of herself he has never seen before. Without hesitation, Mona cuts the body into pieces. Don is horrified by her cruelty, but he cannot stop her. He just stands there, stunned and afraid. Mona works with chilling precision, wrapping the pieces in plastic bags. When the job is done, she turns to Don and warns him. If he ever cheats again, if he ever dares to cross her, then he will be the next one cut down. Don realizes just how dangerous his wife truly is. From this moment on, he fears her deeply. A week later, trouble returns. Dusty's boyfriend, the gangster Murphy, is worried. His girlfriend has disappeared, and he suspects something is wrong. He decides to visit Don in person. Murphy corners Don and asks about Dusty's whereabouts. He reveals that Dusty was not just an assistant, she was his girlfriend. Murphy makes it clear that he knows everything about the affair, and he wants answers. Don, thinking quickly, lies to protect himself. He tells Murphy that he gave Dusty $50,000 one night, and after that, she vanished. He pretends he has no idea what happened to her. Murphy and his gang believe this lie, thinking Dusty ran off with the money. Furious about losing their cash, they turn on Don. They threaten him, demanding even more money. If he refuses, they promise to kill him. Shaken and angry, Don rushes home and tells Mona about the threats. Mona, however, does not panic. Instead, her twisted mind comes up with a new plan. That night, without wasting a moment, she drives to Murphy's house. She takes the remains of Dusty, still wrapped in plastic, and hides them inside Murphy's storage freezer. While she is inside the house, one of Murphy's gang members wakes up and notices her. Before he can react, Mona stabs him with a knife, killing him instantly. Calmly, she walks out of the house as if nothing happened. Outside, Don is waiting nervously in the car. Mona joins him, and together they escape into the night. When they return home, Mona cleverly calls the police. Acting innocent, she reports that she heard a gunshot at Murphy's address. The police rush to Murphy's house. When Murphy returns home, he is horrified to see his friend's dead body inside. Even worse, he notices blood dripping from his freezer. When he opens it, he finds Dusty's body, cut into pieces. Murphy instantly realizes this is the work of Don and Mona. Enraged, he tries to escape just as the police arrive. He leaps out of a window and disappears into the woods. Despite chasing him, the police fail to capture him. Murphy vanishes, becoming a dangerous shadow waiting for revenge. That night, Don and Mona go to bed as if nothing happened. But Don cannot sleep. He is tormented by fear and confusion. He wonders how his wife could be so cruel, so cold, and so violent. Deep down, he knows all of this started because of his own mistakes, yet he feels trapped living under Mona's iron control. Day by day, his anger grows. He notices his children becoming distant, even starting to hate their mother because of her harsh ways. Don realizes that Mona is destroying not just him, but the entire family. At last, Don decides he has had enough. He begins to plan a way to kill Mona. He believes that only by getting rid of her can he live peacefully with his children. One afternoon, while the neighbors are gathered outside and the children are playing happily, Don puts his plan into action. He goes into one of the rooms and carefully opens the gas cylinder just enough for gas to fill the air. He rigs the room so that when the electricity sparks, the gas will ignite, causing a deadly explosion. His plan is simple: lure Mona into the room and let the explosion take her life. Don goes upstairs and calmly asks Mona to bring him an object from downstairs. Unsuspecting, Mona agrees. She walks into the room filled with gas and flips on the light switch. Instantly, there is a massive explosion. Flames burst out, shaking the house. The neighbors scream in shock, and Don's children are terrified. Mona is killed in the blast. Don, pretending to be a grieving husband, puts on an act for everyone watching. He buries his wife, but inside he feels a twisted sense of relief. At last, he is free. Finally, he can live peacefully with his children, without Mona's cruelty hanging over their lives. The kids, too, seem lighter and freer without their strict mother controlling every moment. But just when Don thinks the nightmare is over, the movie delivers a chilling twist. Out of nowhere, Murphy reappears. Sitting on his motorcycle, he watches Don and his children from a distance. The police never caught him, and now he has returned for revenge. Murphy follows Don, waiting for the right moment. Suddenly, he ambushes him, separating him from his children. Without hesitation, Murphy shoots Don multiple times. Don collapses, his plan for a peaceful life ending in tragedy. Murphy then disappears into the shadows, leaving behind the heartbreaking screams of Don's children. And that is how the movie Home Sweet Hell, 2015, comes to an end. A story of lies, betrayal, fear, and shocking choices. Dear viewers, that was the entire movie explained. What do you think about this twisted story? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss our daily recaps. Until next time, stay safe and stay tuned for more amazing stories.